Hey guys, welcome back to the Human Condition. This video is another video in our philosophy series. This should be a pretty interesting one. What are the 12 universal laws and how they affect us? The 12 universal laws are a really cool philosophical video I want to do for a while for you guys. And it's basically suggests that there are 12, it combines 12 very different philosophical ideas and brings them all together, which I think is really cool. The 12 universal laws are the law of divine oneness, the law of vibration, the law of attraction, the law of correspondence, the law of compensation, inspired action, relativity, um, the law of rhythm, the law of gender, the law of cause and effect, transmutation of energy, uh, polarity. The first one, I'm not sure how I feel about all these laws. I feel like they're partially true completely, but not 100%, I guess. Potentially, I don't know. But they're pretty interesting. So the first one is the law of divine oneness. This suggests that everything in the world is connected. Even from a practical view, this can kind of be seen as true because we're all like humans, and we're all just from a genetic standpoint connected. But everyone has a belief. There's a lot of beliefs that we're all connected. I don't know how 100% how I feel about this personally. I have my own personal core belief. I still respect and love all people, but my personal religion is Christian. So I believe if we all are connected, in my personal belief, it's from God. However, this law suggests that we're all connected in some way, which is really cool. So it's the law of divine oneness. They're all connected together. Yeah. The second one is the law of vibration. The law of vibration suggests the positive energy you give out, the positive mindset you have, you give off positive vibes, you'll get back positive vibes. And that kind of forms your reality. The third one, the law of attraction, is very similar. The law of attraction says your positive mindsets, thoughts, and your negative thoughts attract positive and negative thoughts into your reality, which I find really interesting. Very similar to, they're basically the same. So basically the same. The law of vibration is just like the foundation of the law of attraction, but a little different. Law of correspondence, this one's pretty cool. This one's kind of like the law of assumption that I've done before and the law of attraction. It's basically your internal state is reflected in your reality. So it's just your reality, not 100%, but it's like 95% probably based off your internal state. So, and that kind of makes sense because from like a psychology standpoint, you are your thoughts and your feelings. The longer you have your thoughts and feelings, the longer you control your behaviors, and your behaviors affect your reality. So if you are your thoughts and feelings, those thoughts and feelings will become your reality eventually. So law of correspondence kind of says that even though there's some things in life that can surprise you, having a positive mindset will help you stay in control of your reality most of the time, and suggest that most of your reality is based off what you're thinking and feeling happens in your life. Suggest, potentially. The law of inspired action. This one suggests that you should always trust your intuition and trust your gut when making decisions, because a lot of times this will help you the most with your success. If you do things out of fear or out of sense of obligation, it could potentially make you feel burnout and less likely to make irrational decisions, potentially. But even if you make mistakes with using your intuition, you might have a better chance of fixing those mistakes if you trust your intuition, I guess it suggests, potentially. The law of polarity is kind of like the law of duality, or like just the duality. It suggests that everything is relative. Most things are relative. I think a lot of things are relative. Not everything's relative, but most things are relative, and that that bad things, to have good things, there must be bad things. To have light, there must be dark. That's the law of polarity. So it suggests that seeking out different perspectives that are opposite to yours can help you a lot, and be beneficial for one's own success. Uh, the law of transmutation of energy, it says that energy is always changing. So it says that it can apply to ourselves. If we can change who we are based off if we change the energy we give out. So if we want to take our thoughts and make them a reality, we have to change the mental energy and convert that to physical energy or emotional energy, and etc. Back and forth to achieve our goals. The law of rhythm. This one's pretty interesting. I'm going to do a video about this for a long time, but the past repeating itself. It says the world life recurs in cycles. I think this is very true. I've seen this a lot in my own life of having like similar cycles repeat itself, and just in general. I've viewed like history like when I was studying for like different things repeating over and over again. So it suggests that the law of rhythm suggests if we want to predict what might happen in the future, we have to look at what has already happened in the past and just see how it might change a little bit. The law of gender suggests that there's feminine and masculine energies in everything in life, and that kind of like my Anemus video, people have feminine and masculine energies, and the importance is to combine the two to have to achieve our goals the best to our ability. Because if we combine the two, our chance of being the best versions of ourselves. Because we don't combine the feminine and masculine energies, we're missing out one complete half of our full potential, I guess. Potentially. The law of compensation is a pretty interesting one. It's kind of like similar to karma. The law of compensation says you get back what you give out, but it doesn't necessarily mean you'll get it back. But sometimes this law, it comes back in surprising ways. It doesn't mean exactly you get what you give out, but it means if you do positive things, eventually positive things will also happen to you. But it suggests that it might be delayed. It might take longer than one expected, and it might not be the positive thing back that you were expecting. But if you do negative things will happen. But it might take a while, and it might not be the negative things that you were expecting or other people were expecting, potentially. The law of cause and effect says that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, which is kind of cool, makes sense. Each time we take action, there is always going to be a reaction, depending on how severe the action we took was. And then finally, the law of relativity. This one is the only one I think this is the one I forgot to mention. It means everything is relative. So that this could, if we want to have a best solutions to our advice, it's these laws kind of conflict, but taking other people's advice can also help with our decisions as well, combined with our intuition. So that's the law of relativity. If you want want the best chance of success, go to this person who has a complete opposite viewpoint and get their viewpoint before you make a decision as well. Kind of like, because it suggests everything is relative. So yeah. In conclusion, I think the 12 universal laws are very interesting. I think they're almost basically all have a grain of truth into them as well. I think it's divine oneness. Most people can agree that we're all connected in some which way, shape, or form, and it's all personal. We all have our personal beliefs on that one, but I think that's still true to an extent. I feel like we all are. The law of divine oneness is still true because we all are connected. We just all have differing beliefs on how we're connected, if that makes sense. The law of inspired action. The law of inspired action was really cool, but I think if it's saying just trust your intuition, I was like, but like, I mean, people that do really bad things, did they trust their intuition? And I'm like, I don't know if you always just trust your intuition. But then I was like, maybe those people didn't trust their intuition. So that's how my only qualm with the law of inspired action. The law of correspondence is pretty cool. It suggests that, another thing I forgot to mention with that is the law of correspondence says that our reality a lot of times a reflection of our mind, and that sometimes it takes a while to catch up. So sometimes negative surprises, not always, are delayed responses to negative thoughts in the past, which I thought was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So maybe it's like something you forgot that you had a negative thought about, and then it happens on later on in life. But that's just that's not all coincidences that happen in life, or negative experiences are obviously aren't all caused by the mind. Sometimes things just happen that uh, surprise us. Uh, so in conclusion, yeah, I think most of them are pretty accurate, I'd say. So yeah, for the most part, not like 99, like 99%, if not 100%. So yeah, um, I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.